Late night glow on the YouTube screen. Sean B steps in where the cuts run deep. From a New York state of mind she was born to see. What gets lost in the dark, what they don't want to speak. Silk in her voice, but the questions hit hard. Pulling back the curtain, laying truth on the yard. Every hush-hush story, every shadow clue. She's piecing up the pain till the whole thing comes through. She don't chase noise, she follows the trail. When the headlines miss, she will still unveil. With a sharp-eyed soul and a heart that knows some stories need light so the healing can grow. On YouTube, tune in, let the realness ride. Like, share, subscribe, keep the truth alive. For the tears unseen and the cries turned low, she be lifting up the weight that the world let go. Every fact she finds got a purpose and pulse. Every case she touches makes the silence convulse. No cheap thrills, just grace and fire. Taking buried details higher and higher, where the whispers get drowned and the weak get missed. She's a soulful reminder they still exist. She can feel when the story ain't sitting right. So she walks through the dark just to bring back light. With that grown woman glow and pimping a flare, she's reaching for the truth 'cause it's waiting there. On YouTube, tune in, let the realness ride. Like, share, subscribe, keep the truth alive. That city soul, that uptown grace, and a mind that can read what time can't erase. So gather round close, let the story unfold. Some truths need a voice, some hearts need a hold, and she won't let the quiet just fade away. She's turning low, whispers into words that stay. And you tune in, let the realness ride. Let the realness ride. Gets revealed, and every story matters.
Good morning, y'all. Hey, my babies. Hey, my sisters. I love you guys. Yes, we are here. Good morning, Nisi Poo. Good morning, Eb. Yes. Good morning, CW. Lady Mysterious. Good morning, y'all. Thank y'all for coming in. Yes. So I want to say this. I want to read this real quick. And listen now. You know I'll cry in a minute. Don't you start that mess now. I love you guys so much. And I mean that shit. I mean that. But I was thinking, like I always tell y'all, I've been up since 5:30 this morning. I don't know why I beat my alarm clock. I don't even know why I set the damn thing, but I'm up 5:30. And it's on my spirit, it's on my heart that I don't want those that come to me, that come to our platform to think of me messy, a troublemaker, bossy, bitchy, bitter, always mad. I don't want them to think that of me. I want us like-minded people. I don't care what race you are or how old you are. Your walk of life is what matters to me. And I hope that when we walk onto our platform, that we find a comfortable spot to have a seat and feel like they belong. I am not here. I did not create this platform for followers. I created my channel, one, because it was called on. I was asked. In fact, some people pleaded with me to create this platform. And so this is what I want everybody to know. Good morning. Ooh. Good morning, Miss Yo-Yo. Good morning. So this is what I wrote down this morning. I don't go back and forth with people for attention, but I will always speak up when false information is being spread of me. Silence can be mistaken for agreement, and I choose clarity over confusion. I'm not addressing lies to entertain drama. I'm correcting them because my name, my work, my integrity, it matters. So if you speak of me falsely, if you lie on me, I will respond. I don't chase drama, but I don't ignore lies either. If you choose to speak about me with false narratives, I will speak for myself because my voice deserves to be heard just as loudly as the lies being spoken. Because y'all see, in every story, there's a truth. And then there's what people choose to say. I've learned that if you don't speak for yourself, somebody else will. And they won't always tell it correctly for various reasons, right? For various reasons. Y'all let me know y'all can hear me. Okay, I see clarity over confusion. Okay, I see y'all can hear me. For various reasons. Hate, jealousy, or to fit in where my name doesn't. Anyway, those are called false narratives, and I'm not having it. So simply put, if you speak my name, you better say it right, or I will. And you may not like my delivery. But always remember, you started it. And I will not allow you to dictate how I finish it. You should have left me the fuck alone. Good morning, y'all. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I just had to get that off me, y'all. I had to get that the hell up off me. I did. I did, because I wanted my girls, I wanted my babes, I wanted my guys, us kings and queens to understand we all sit on a throne, and nobody but nobody can knock us the fuck off unless we allow them to. And between all of us, as long as we hold each other up and strengthen each other where we may feel a little weak, we cannot be put down. Good morning, Miss Tina. She said, hello, my boos and my bowl bats. You so silly. Oh, good morning. So listen, guys, I don't know if Miss Lisa can hear me. I hope she's listening, or if she catches the replay. First, I want to apologize that I did not see Lisa's comment the other day in the midst of my rant. But per my good girlfriend, she told me that Lisa shared with us that she was experiencing some bereavement and grieving, and I did not see her comment. And I am truly apologizing for that oversight. I mean to never, ever, ever. Oh, it was Linda. Okay, Linda, thank you, Eb. Thank you. I mean to never, ever overlook anybody, good, bad, or indifferent, especially when you take time out of your emotional state to come and share with us what you're going through. That means to me that you're calling out, and we are always going to answer that call. Always. So, Miss Linda, if you hear me, babe, I want you to know you were on my mind this morning. And in time, everything will be okay. In time, everything will be okay. And we're always here for you. All right. So y'all see the thumbnail. Y'all see what your girl been working on. And listen, y'all, listen. I got to go on and give y'all the trigger warning really early. I got to give y'all that trigger warning right now. Because absolutely, positively, nothing about this baby life was easy. Nothing about Andrian Jones's life was easy. And this baby was only 7 years old. He was only 7. And we got people today that can't get right. So it makes you wonder what their life must have been like, right? And that is why I give everybody grace. I give everybody compassion and consideration that perhaps you don't know me very well. It is another reason why I walk through my life with as less ambiguity, as less questions, so that if ever you need to approach me, if it's just to speak and keep it moving, or to actually have a conversation, that you have some sort of idea of the kind of woman that I am. Because we don't always know what's going on in somebody's life. We don't always know why people do the things that they do. Why is a person jealous? Why is a person so hateful? Why do people lie? Right? Now, I'm going to keep it a beam with y'all. Once we get to our great grown ages, you need to work that shit the fuck out. I don't know no other way to put it. I'm sorry. That's just how I feel. You need to seek some type of therapy for that shit. Because you're not always going to interact with someone with compassion, with consideration. So seek the help that you need. Embed that shit in who you are so that you don't bleed all of that trauma onto somebody else. Because then you end up hearing from a person like me who is going to set aside all that compassion and all that consideration and read your ass. Like I wish I could do these two motherfuckers. Okay? Mm-hmm. I wish I could. And we're going to start with this one. Do y'all see this monster? Do y'all see this? Can y'all imagine this monster right here? You're a kid. You're a kid. And at whatever age, his DNA sponsor got with this monster right here. Can you imagine being such a young child, a baby, innocent, and having this yell in your face, having this commit the atrocities that I'm about to tell y'all about? Can y'all imagine? Can y'all imagine her eyes becoming wicked and the uglies that you can only think that are being spewed out of her mouth? Look at her. Look at this thing. Andrian was born in May 2008 in Kansas City, Kansas. He was lovingly referred to as AJ. And it's not because he was Andrian Jr., it's because of his initials, Andrian Jones. Andrian's mother's name is Diana Pierce. His father's name is Michael Jones, and they were never married. While it did not give a birthday of the mother, the father's birthday is January 11th of 1971. This monster was 6'2", 240 pounds. And at 2 years old, Andrian was removed from his mother simply because she left him at home alone. It wasn't stipulated or detailed how it was done, right? Transparency here. I, at one point, lived directly across the street from a store. My children were asleep. I ran across the street to the store. Y'all see what I'm saying? I locked my doors and I ran across the street to the store. Took 2 minutes. Not a grocery store, a corner store. Took 2 minutes, went back home, boom, done. So I don't know if that's what that situation was. But somehow somebody knew, right? I don't know if she had company and they both walked to the store and some hateful person decided to call CPS or DCF and reported. I don't know if it's because something happened at the house where it was found out that the children or this child was left at home alone. It didn't even say how many kids she had. It just said that at 2 years old, Andrian was removed from his mother and given to this bastard. Now, the reason why that is an important point is because wait till y'all hear what was ignored. In 1 second. So, in September of 2011, Andrian was now placed with his father and his stepmother. Yeah. And her name is Heather Jones. They didn't give her maiden name. It said Heather Jones, born February 4th of 1986. She was 29, approximately 29 years old. And prior to Andrian being placed there, she had been investigated of child abuse. And one of the allegations was that the kids were getting spanked until I'm going to quote it. Kids get spankings until their butts bleed. That's a quote. And her simple denial got that case closed. She just denied it. And so a year later, she's rushing one of her children to the hospital for what she said was a fall down the stairs. The reports did not state how old this child was, just that this child, or that it was a boy or a girl, just that this child belonged to her, not Michael. And when the medical team started questioning what happened to this kid, like this baby had internal bleeding, she accused 3-year-old Andrian of pushing this child down the stairs and having beat this child with a metal rod. Andrian was 3, y'all. So when the investigators get involved, because of course these mandated reporters at the hospital, they have to call law enforcement. And so when they get involved and they go to the house, they notice that little 3-year-old Andrian himself has visible bruising and a black eye. So when they ask her, well, wait a minute now, hold on. Were they fighting each other? Like, but you failed to mention the condition that Andrian was in. You just brought your kid to the hospital. Well, where did this 3-year-old get his black eye from? She blamed the father. She blamed the father. And so when they questioned the father, he denies it. He says, that's a lie. I don't even live there anymore. I'm sorry. I fail to understand what the hell that got to do with anything. Where you live, how does that have anything to do with what she said you did to your son. You don't have to live somewhere, but it sufficed. Case was closed. The case was closed, having Andrian, a 3-year-old, cause these injuries, this internal bleeding to this other child. That's what happened. And so, time goes on. And at this point, between the two of them, they have accumulated 2,000 pages long of regular reports of abuse, physical, verbal, and emotional abuse, kicking, choking, isolating, just debasing of all the children, all of them, hers and his. And in case anybody's wondering, well, how many kids did she have? It didn't say. I searched many different reports. Did I search all of them? Hell no. And when y'all hear these details, y'all are certainly going to understand why. And so when these reports started building up, somebody's like, yo, wait a minute. Who's got this file? Who is taking care of the file for this female monster right here? And so a worker goes out, speaks to Andrian, and Andrian told the worker about the abuse. And soon after that, Andrian would be punished for it. My question to that is, y'all, in order for him to have been punished, they had to know what he said, right? How the hell they know what Andrian said? They certainly weren't supposed to know, but they did. They know. And so after he was punished, so that punishment was never documented, they started to move around. They started to move between Kansas City and Missouri. And if y'all know the geographical area, there's a Kansas City, Kansas, and there's a Kansas City, Missouri, or Kansas, Missouri, some stuff like that. And it's supposed to be something like Four Corners or some shit, where if you stand on one corner, you're in one state, and if you stand on another corner, you're in another. Yeah, that's where that's at. And so this is, by this point, 2012. And immediately the reports started building up in Missouri. One of the reports stated Andrian was choked out for not flushing the toilet. He was choked out. And what happened was he had lost consciousness. So this bitch, this scary, manly looking bitch right here, she got scared. So she called an ambulance. The ambulance came and they revived him. And so they asked her, what happened? And she said, well, I got mad. I got mad and I grabbed him. Well, I didn't mean to hurt him, though. Bitch, you didn't hurt him. You choked him out. There's a difference. And then she denied being the one who choked him out. She said, no, I just kind of pushed him. I didn't choke him out. They never asked, well, who did it? They packed up and they left. Good morning, Wanda. Good morning. They documented it, but they packed up and left. So now, June of 2012, reports detail, that there is drug use and physical abuse and all kind of stuff going on now in their relationship with one another. Yeah, it start to get good because now they're actually committing on each other what they were committing on the children. So by July of 2013, this is like a year later, you're right, Missouri gets a call on their hotline, and it's this man looking chick calling the police on him for having kicked and was kicking and punching the kids. She did that. She called the police and reported that he was kicking and punching the kids. But see, the reason why she did that, she was reporting him, right? But see, the reason why she did that, though, is because they needed the ambulance to come because she had been pulling on little Andrian's ears so hard that they began to bleed. Yeah. She was pulling on this baby's ears so hard. I'm repeating on purpose that they began to bleed. I didn't even know that was possible. Now, I know it hurt when a motherfucker pull your ears, but I didn't know that that was possible. So when I read that, I pulled on my earlobe. And indeed, I can imagine she severed something inside of his ear canal that made it bleed. She did. She pulled on it so hard. If she didn't stick something in his ear. But I literally tried that. And if you guys want to, y'all pull on y'all earlobe and you can feel the tension right there in at your earlobe between your right there at your ear canal. You can feel that tension, and it could just give you just a small idea of how that baby must have felt. But see, she was so into what was going on that when the emergency people got there, these two idiots forgot that they had little Andrian locked in the bathroom. Yeah. That's where they found Andrian, locked in the bathroom, alone. Yeah. And so at that point, oh man, Missouri decides they're going to get serious now. And they have in-home services and monitoring implementations. Even though at that time it was decided that he was indeed in danger. Let's not let that go without being said. It was decided that little Andrian was indeed in danger. They left him there with the agreement that they would comply with home services and monitoring. Now, I need somebody to tell me, unless a motherfucker is in that house, how the hell they gonna monitor what the fuck's going on in there? I'll wait. How they gonna see it? How can you monitor something you don't even see? So what that tells me are a few different things. That tells me that Missouri did not care and thought people were true idiots. Mm-hmm. 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 But one time a worker did go to do an in-house visit. And when he left, he documented that he had concerns. They got a copy of his write-up. And y'all know what they did? Y'all know what they did. They packed up and left. As not to be accountable for a damn thing, as not to answer to shit. They packed up and they went back to Kansas City. Mm-hmm. And that was in August of 2013. So now it's October. And Kansas gets a Kansas DCFS, they get a report of a child eating out of the trash. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so when the authorities go there, she admits to, withholding food from this child because he was acting out. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's the problem. The reason why he's eating out the trash is his fault. Remember, y'all, he'll always be 7. But at this point, he's not 7 yet. He's not 7 yet. I think he's like 5, 6. And okay, so what they did, it wasn't reported. There's a whole lot of gaps in this shit, and it was pissing me off. But then on the other hand, God is amazing in that way. We probably just didn't need to hear all the details, because the ones that we do know, oh man, y'all listen. So March 2014, he gets admitted to Sputford Residential Treatment Facility in Grandview, Missouri. Very soon after that placement, he's quickly diagnosed with PTSD. You don't fucking say. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. 2014. Mm-hmm. He's 6 years old. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm starving. I'm eating. Please forgive me. He is diagnosed. A 6-year-old. If he's not 5 and haven't even had a 6-year birthday yet. This baby is diagnosed with PTSD. Okay, y'all, let's break that the fuck down. Okay? Let's break that down. How does a person, let alone a child, get PTSD? Somebody please tell me. Somebody please tell me in the chat. Let me know I ain't here by myself. Tell me, how does a person get PTSD? Because you're certainly not born with it. Okay, I'm back. My bad, y'all. My bad. So, nobody could tell me how a 5 or 6 year old could have had PTSD. Okay. So, anyway, by September 4th, 2014, he's discharged. Good morning, Miss Steptoe. Good morning, love. Thank you for joining us. Like I said, by September 4th, 2014, he was only there for a matter of months. He's discharged, and he's discharged with them instructing the parents to enroll him in school and attend therapy appointments and ongoing mental health treatment. Now, just to back up a tick or two, while he was in this facility, neither of them attended any meetings. Yet, he was discharged to them. And the fact of the matter is, it was documented that Michael, his father, said he never planned to do anything, any of those treatments that were put in place for his discharge. So now we're to the end of September, beginning of October of 15. And in retrospect, people are saying, I can remember seeing the other kids, but I didn't see Andrian. And so by November 25th, the day before Thanksgiving, she calls the police because Michael is now beating her ass. Yeah. Now it's time to call the police. She's calling the police because she wants to use what? All of that white privilege. Why am I saying that? I'm about to tell you. And, when she's there, the doctors, the medical team, the medical staff, they do say that there are obvious signs of bruises. And at that point, Michael is sought after for aggravated assault. They start to look for Michael then. And y'all know why? Because she said to them, well, I got some good to tell y'all. Y'all want to know this? Is what she said to them. And they said, well, you got something worse than what we're seeing on you? Because remember, y'all, look at this pale bitch. Look at her. Look at her. That's a female, y'all, in case y'all wondering. For anybody in the bushes or Miss Steptoe, you just joining us. That's a female. Yeah. That's not a transgender. None of that. That's a female living as a female. That's a female that has given birth to children. Yeah. She says to them, He was abusive to his own son and he killed him. Oh, that's what she told the medical staff. The medical staff, like, wait, what? What are you saying? And she said, oh yeah. She said, he Adrian died and his father fed him to the swine. Those were her words. That's a quote, y'all. Mm-hmm. 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 That's a quote. And they said, well, wait a minute. Why would you say such a thing? Why would he do such a thing? And she said, because Andrian, the little 7-year-old, was a psychopath. Y'all listen. That monster called that baby a psychopath. Now, just for a second, I need people to understand that may not have even, I'm not saying that you're uneducated. It just may not have even occurred to you that PTSD is due to trauma that has been put on you. Rather you've witnessed it or it was physically done to you. That's how PTSD is. That's literally what it is. PTSD is something that you feel because of something that someone does to you or something that you witness someone doing. Right? That's what PTSD is. A psychopath is someone that does not feel. Okay? A psychopath is a person that does not feel unless they are inflicting that trauma, that pain, that discomfort, that confusion, that chaos. PTSD is one who feels. A psychopath is one who does not, unless it is an event of the worst kind that they have created. That's the difference. How the fuck this bitch gonna tell the doctors, mind y'all? She talking to doctors and investigators that a 7-year-old is a psychopath. Are you serious? Huh? Okay. All right. And so now the investigators have been called. Mm-hmm. Yeah. The doctors is like, okay, wait a minute. Hold on. You got to back this up. We got to call the people. And they did. And so she tells the investigators that at some point, due to the father abusing little Andrian as bad as he was, to where his lower extremities were extremely swollen. Now, there was no detail, like from the waist down. Was it just from the knees down? Was it just his feet? It didn't say. It just said lower extremities. To the point where He could not stand and he could not sit up anymore. This is Andrian, 7 years old. And so because of that, excuse me, because of that, she claims his father thought it a good damn idea to strap this 7-year-old, Ebony, trigger warning, to a lawn chair and put him in the shower and leave him there. Yeah. Oh, but hold on, y'all, because that wasn't good enough. So after so long, she says she goes to check on him. Oh man, now she's such the loving stepmother that she goes into the shower to check on this beautiful baby, and he's cold to the touch. You fucking think? You think? And his skin was hard. You think? I dare say that when he could no longer sit up or stand, he was already going to his demise. So when they strapped him to that lawn chair and put him in the shower and closed the door, he was already going home. He was already going up yonder. Right? Exactly, Tina. Oh, but wait though, y'all. That ain't it. No. No. They took the lawn chair out the shower, unstrapped him, went and got one of the kids' sleds, like a snow, like what's the word I'm looking for? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Like a snow sled. Put his arms, laid him down on it, where your kid's supposed to sit up and hold the sides of it. It's got the little openings where the babies can hold on to it while they slide downhill. Well, they laid him down and they strapped his hands through those openings. Excuse me. Strapped his hands through those openings, and Michael, told his wife to go buy some pigs. Yeah. So it wasn't even like they already had a farm. It wasn't like they already had a sled. Yes, a sled. Yes, thank you, Tina. Brain fart, girl. But it wasn't like they already had a farm, right? He literally sent this evil bitch to go and buy pigs. Yes. I would even go so far as to say, good morning, Linda. Linda, listen, boo. Listen, babe. Linda, good morning, baby. Good morning. I don't know how long you've been here. But earlier at the beginning of my life, I apologize to you, babe, and I'm going to do it again. I apologize. The other day, you shared with us what you were going through. And I did not overlook your comment. I didn't see it. I didn't. And for that, I apologize because I would never overlook anyone. No one at all. And I want you to know, Linda, that we are here for you. Let me do this. I am going to put my email in the chat. And if you would like to talk privately, you can email me. Email me your phone number and I'll call you. I'll first text you and let you know it's me. Or you could share with us here. But I want you to know, Linda, that I did not overlook you. I was not ignoring you. I did not see your comment at all. And Ebony Rose was the one who told me. She told me that you shared with us that you were going through something really important. And you wanted us to know. And I am telling you, in time, it'll be okay. It really will. We don't know the details. And frankly, that ain't our business. But just the fact that you shared with us that you were going with something, you took time out of your emotional being to share with us that you needed us in that moment. We're here for you always. Okay? We are here, love. And good morning to you, boo. Good morning, Kelly. Good morning, boo. Thank you for joining us. Linda, if you need me, there's my email. Hit me up, boo. I will call you. And so, okay. So, like I said, it was quite ironic to me that the one thing that these people despised, which was pork, he would actually find some worth in them by sending his wife to go get these pigs. And so, but in the interim of it, though, he has gotten the pigs together. They had a little chicken coop. And they've got little Andrian positioned between the pig pen and the chicken coop. I guess because of the stench that is inevitable. And she returns with the pigs. And he said, yeah, no, I didn't want to call anybody. I didn't want to go through all of that. So yeah, I did. I fed them to the pigs. I'm going to let that sit there for a second. Mm-hmm. 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 Yep. And he waited. And he waited until the pigs had devoured everything that they would. And he took the rest of it, the rest of Andrian, and he stored it in one of those plastic containers like what you would get from the big box stores like Home Depot. And he put that out behind the chicken coop. He admitted it. hmm He admitted it. Sure did. And so during their investigation, they found images of they found thousands upon thousands of images and video of Andrian being I'm trying to get it together for y'all, of Andrian being in a black suitcase. They literally zipped this baby up in a black suitcase. And when they asked her why, she said, oh, it's because he kept pissing on himself. That's how she said it. This is how she said it. And so, they said, well, how would he act when he's in this suitcase? Oh, he liked it. He said he liked it. He said because it was warm in there. Tina says, I told y'all the story was going to be hard and graphic. I'm so glad that Miss Sean B is sharing with y'all. Lady says, how come everyone who didn't find anything wrong when they investigated can't be tried as well? They have a huge part of the blame as well, considering he kept telling them. Exactly, Lady Mysterious, which is why this is being added to my whole series of they failed him. Because you're right. He indeed did tell them. His body told them. The other children's body told them. Other people told them. She already had a record that told them. And so, per the images and the videos, there were also videos of him when he was unalive. Like, what sick creature takes video of that? But then look at them. Look at them. Yeah, look at them. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so, in case everybody's wondering, I'm gonna go on and put y'all out of y'all. Hold on, Tina. I'm gonna go on and put y'all out of y'all worry and wonder. Heather was given 25 years, um, and the father was given life. We need to bring the DP back. Yes, we do. Before anybody says it, I already did. We need to bring the DP back because how aren't they both eligible for it? How are they both not eligible for the DP? I will never, ever understand how is it on this beautiful earth that something like this can happen and these motherfuckers get to fucking breathe. They get to breathe air. I feel like the same thing should have been done to them. The same goddamn thing should have been done to them. They should have been fed to the fucking full grown. Because, see, little Andrian were given to little piglets. Hungry piglets. These monsters should be fed alive to some full grown hungry ass wild boar. Yeah. See, pigs are domesticated. They're farm animals, but they're domesticated. No, 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 no. These two motherfuckers, along with the two motherfuckers who did that to Gabriel, what was it, Gonzalez or Hernandez? Fernandez. You're right. I remember Gabriel. That was oh God. I don't even want to think about it. That one was another horrible one. But all four of them need to be taken where there are wild boar. And they need to be fed to them. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Alive. Alive and awake where they can feel it, where they can hear them, where they can smell them, and know that that's where they're going. In my opinion, the DP is too nice. It's too nice. They should be strapped to a lawn chair, sat in an enclosure, total darkness, but where they can hear the wild boar. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Where they can hear it. And on the other side, there should be a recording of them doing what they were doing to those children. And namely, Andrian. The videos that they recorded, they should be made to listen to it over and over and over and over again. Drive them insane, goddammit. That's what I mean. Knowing that their demise is right outside of that dark enclosure. But until then, this will be your existence. And you have to listen to what you've done to someone else, to a child, to many children, but namely Andrian, because he's not a survivor of your wickedness, but your children are. Now, with that, I wonder what state, if not therapy and counseling and constant monitoring, how must those children have fared since having left these monsters? That's his true father. That is not his mother. Miss Linda, that is not his mother. Good morning, Smiley. Thank you for joining us, boo. How's daycare going? Thank you for joining us. But Miss Linda, that is his father. That's his father. But this is not his mother. This is his father's wife. That is not a transgender, y'all. It is not. That is a true female. Albeit the ugly bitch that she is. That is one ugly motherfucker. Okay? That is one ugly motherfucker right there. They're worse than gremlins, Lady Mysterious, but God bless you, boo. I know sometimes y'all must be like, yo, Sean's mouth is filthy. Sorry, y'all, but when I'm talking about sons of bitches like this, I don't know no other way to put it. That's an ugly bitch. She is. She just is. By any stretch of the imagination, that hoe is ugly. Period. By any societal norms, that's an ugly chick. So, if I could be so blunt, I would dare say, it kind of lends a credence to why the bitch was so goddamn mad. All right, Smiley, you know what, boo? You didn't even have to do that. I'm on my way to Cali. Going back to Cali, to Cali, to Cali. I'm going back to Cali. No, I don't think so. Hey, I'm going back to Cali. Go, girl. You better have some fun, boo. Yes, have some fun. Yes, today is the last day of the kids here in New York for school as well. They start their spring vacation tomorrow. Yeah. I haven't been to Cali in years. I went while I was married. With my first husband. He was in the military. Yeah, we visited. Tina said, I have a mouth like a sailor too. When you're speaking the truth, I don't mind the cussing because I feel the same way you do. Yes. Smiley said, I'm on vacation until the 13th. Yes, baby. Mm-hmm. Well, enjoy. Enjoy. And be safe. And bring us back a whole bunch of memories that you can share with us. Yes. Wait a minute. Oh, for my birthday. Oh, okay. Oh, see, I'm still reading the one up there. Okay, for my birthday. Go, baby. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Hey, hey, happy birthday. Happy birthday. Yes, have fun, boo. Have fun. And be safe and enjoy it. Don't have too much fun now. Don't come back bringing another baby for the daycare. Yes, yes. Yeah. Our kids start their spring break tomorrow as well, Tina. Yeah. And so, yeah, y'all, that's just how I'm feeling. That's how I'm feeling. You know what I'm saying? They need to be strapped He need to be put on one of them sleds, his arms strapped down, and he just laid right there, not even put in the enclosure, just laid right there where they can smell him and they trying to get at his ass. And she need to be put in a lawn chair inside of a freaking enclosure in total darkness and made to listen to all of the ratting and raving and all of that shit that I know she used to do to them babies, knowing that her demise was very near. Because you can smell wild boar. That's what they deserve. And that's what they should have been given. Anybody who don't agree with me, you're entitled. You're entitled. Some people will say, well, two wrongs don't make a right. Well, if we're not talking about that, we're talking about justice. And in I believe in an eye for an eye. Hey, boo-boo. I believe in an eye for an eye. And that's what they did to that baby. So damn it, that's what should be done to them. They strapped him to a lawn chair. She should be strapped to a lawn chair. They strapped him to a snow sled. He should be strapped to a snow sled. Those babies had to listen to all of that evil and that piss and vinegar and that filth and all. They should be made to listen to it too. Only it's their own fucking voices. And then he was fed to the pigs. So should they be. Am I wrong? Isn't that eye for an eye? They locked him and isolated him in a dark bathroom to interact with nobody. They withheld food. They withheld water from this child. Is that not eye for an eye? Oh, okay. Just saying. Just saying. See, I would do some stuff like I would make a water hose just slowly and really lightly drip water into where she cannot get it. Oh, but man, she's so goddamn thirsty, she'll chop her damn arm off to get to that small ass drip of water. That's how thirsty she is. If she could just almost, but never gets it. That's what I do to her. That's torture. Your body is literally shutting down for a simple thing as water. And it's right there. The water is right there. But because she's strapped down, because remember, y'all, they had him strapped in a shower. But he couldn't have water. So think what you want to of me. I'm only mimicking the same thing. It's just not inside of a house. This monster right here, this one right here, by the largest, strongest man, because don't forget, y'all, this ugly dog looking man right here, he was 6'2", 240 pounds. The largest, strongest, with the biggest fists should come and punch him in his stomach, in his ribs, and treat him like a punching bag. That's what he did to his son. That's what he did to his son, to a child. To a child. His own flesh and blood. That's what he did. So the same thing should be done to him. I hope they are ripping him from limb to limb. I hope he ends up too short to shit. Y'all hear me? That's my word, man. I hope they rip her from asshole to appetite. I ain't playing. That's my word. I hope by the time they done with her, she ain't so damn ugly no more. They will have transformed her face so well that she can't recognize her damn self. Maybe it'll fill out all that hollow shit in her jaws with her meth smoking ass. Lousy bitch. She was truly good for nothing. She was truly trash. Absolutely. She was trash, y'all. Because, see, this thing was abusing her children before he even came along. She is truly filth. Absolutely. I look at her and all I want to do is take one of my gardening tools and just scrape it across her face. That's really what I want to do. Sharon said, man, I wish my son 6'4", 280 pounds, all muscle, could put hands on him. I would definitely bail my son out and pay for a lawyer, and I would help you. We would take up a goddamn donation. You understand me? We would take up a donation for that lawyer right there. The best. Oh, the best. We would go right to the goddamn Cochran firm. You understand me? Where his people, his daughter, is running the show. And I dare say the apple don't fall far from the tree where that Cochran daughter is concerned. Oh, yeah. Oh, we go get the best, Sharon. You hear me? Uh-huh. And yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. And pay off the judge. What? What? Mm-hmm. Yeah. That baby. Look at that baby. I see a handsome little boy who is forcing a smile on his face. That's one of them say cheese. Cheese. That's not a cheese. That's not one of those. That's a cheese. That's what that is to me. His eyes are not smiling like the baby we featured last night. This baby right here, his eyes are not smiling. I see fear in this baby's eyes, and I see cheese on his mouth, but I don't see a smile. I don't. I don't. Thank you, Eb. I don't. I don't see a smile on that baby's face. I see that baby saying cheese and holding it. His eyes, to me, are saying, is this good enough? Is this good? You're not mad at me, are you? His eyes say worry to me. And I still see his fat self, his fat cheeky cheeks. Beautiful little boy. A little boy that a woman who is incapable of having a child would have loved. Would have loved him. Yes, y'all. Sharon said, yes, I see sadness and help. Screaming help, yes. Lady Mysterious said, I see being forced for the outside. Mm-hmm. Tina says, they took this baby away from his community. We'll never find out what Andrian could have been. These assholes. And I'm putting it mildly. I understand. But Tina, y'all have got to use AZZ and not ASS. Okay? You could say $, $. I'll figure it out. But we have to misspell the curse words. But that brings me back to an original point though, Tina, because your comment was valid. Nonetheless, it was just a curse word for the reason why I had to delete it. But they did. They took this baby away from a community, and they took this baby away from his mama for one infraction, one violation, one that she left him in the house alone. Now, yes, it goes without saying we're not imbeciles here. It goes without saying that, well, Sean B, something could have happened while he was home alone. Yes, that's why it was wrong for what she did. My point is, why in the hell then did it take him so long to remove him from them permanently? That's my point. I am not negating what that mother did was wrong. It was unsafe for any child that cannot take care of themselves to be left home alone. I'm not negating that. What I'm saying is then y'all go and y'all give him to his father. Okay, let's give daddy a chance, right? Fine. But report after report after report after report, over 2,000 reports. Y'all hear me? Not 2,000 reports, over 2,000 pages of reports. Y'all leave him there. Y'all even sent him back after leaving the residential facility for mental health and all of that kind of treatment. When you heard this bastard say, no, I'm not doing none of that. On top of the fact that y'all are returning him back to the very people that never attended, not one, not a half of one, not sort of, kind of. Well, they were there, but they never walked in. No, not one fucking meeting while he was in the residential place. They never even attended a meeting. But that's where y'all sent him back to? Really? If that was your only recourse, then I want to know what the fuck's wrong with y'all foster care system. Huh? I want to know. I want to know, where are the reports of other family members being sought out? Where the grandmamas and the granddaddies and the uncles? I want to know where the aunties at, where the cousins at, where are friends, Where is the village? Where's the foster care families? The successful ones. Explain to us why this baby was allowed, was forced. Fuck allowed. He didn't ask. He didn't ask to be sent back there. So no, he was not allowed. He was forced to go back to these two monsters. Tell me why. But y'all remove him from his mother for a simple violation, for doing something wrong. You did. I'm gonna stop saying simple, because by the grace of God it was, right? But y'all remove him from his mama for what she did wrong. Y'all removed him permanently and sent him. So basically, y'all took him out the frying pan and threw him in the pot. Huh? That's what they did. They took him out the frying pan and threw him in the pot. Tina says, thank you, Sean B. I will try to clean up the curse words for you so I won't get you in trouble. Thank you, boo. Thank you. Y'all, I don't understand. I don't. Y'all, when I finished doing my research on this, I cried. I had to. I had to release it. It was all inside of me. It was all inside of me while I'm listening and writing and listening and writing. Google and YouTube, and Yahoo. They did unalive him. They didn't help. There wasn't anything, Lady Mysterious, wrong with him when he was sent to live with his father. There was nothing wrong with him. Nothing. He was 2 years old. There was not a thing wrong with this beautiful little boy when he was permanently removed from his mother's house. Now, some people can say, well, Sean, that tells me there had to have been some issues. They just don't automatically remove children from their mother. And that can be true. I am not negating anything that y'all can imagine must have been going on with his mother for him to be removed, for Andrian to be removed from his mother. I am not. What I am saying is, if that be the case, whatever the case was, why the hell was he allowed to stay with these monsters? Why was he sent back while in a treatment facility? Why was he sent back with two people who didn't even comply in their face, let alone once they get them behind closed doors? These two motherfuckers did not comply with administration right there in the office, in the building, where everybody can see, where all the mandated reporters work at. They did not comply there, let alone once they get home and do what they do behind closed doors. Because remember, y'all, that had already been tried and tested. Remember, they signed an agreement that they would have, that they would undergo therapy and have monitoring going on in the home. And that's when I asked y'all, what kind of goddamn monitoring? Is somebody sitting there 24 hours a day watching you motherfuckers? But that was the agreement that they signed so that a case could be closed with the disposition of these stipulations being agreed to. but they were never complied with. It got worse. Or they would relocate, pack up and move. And when I tell y'all, I should have took a picture of it. But when I tell y'all that, let me see if I could do it right quick. When I tell y'all that they lived in a house on a hill, I mean that. Y'all know that movie, or that movie where what is it? Last House on the Block. Y'all know what I'm talking about. This house did indeed. Look like something. Um, she indeed look. I mean, this house looked like something from Last House on the Block. It did. I'm looking for a picture right now, y'all. Hold on, give me 1 second. This bitch look like a fucking predator. Ugh. I want to show y'all something. Yeah, give me a second. I'm getting some pictures for y'all. I want y'all to see the change. Look. Look at the change. Look at that. How many times have we been riding up the road and we see a house tucked off in the bushes? How many times? Look at what might be going on. Just saying. Just saying, y'all. Y'all talking about somebody who had to take it slow. I had to stop. I had to get up. I had to walk around. Yeah, I did. I really did. I mean, these people, for some reason, were really, really, I mean, there was just nothing. I'm looking for another picture, guys. There was really nothing that spoke to any. It said that the father lived with his mother and his two sisters. Like there was nothing that spoke to why this man would do something to his flesh and blood like this. Like, and I'm not minimizing what was done, but damn, we can survive and grow up and say, man, I thought one time my dad was just gonna take me right on up out of there. You know what I'm saying? But they lived and we grow to say, I will never be my father. I will never be my mother. You know what I'm saying? But Adrian can't say that. Adrian can't say that. It's just, and I thought that the Gabriel Fernandez situation, I thought that was about the worst that I could ever see. But y'all know what? Like there's really no measuring um one over the other because they're all children. They're all small human beings that have been neglected different points in their life. And so in order for you to in order for any type of calculation to even be done, you would have to know the starting point. And hello, Tracy. Thank you for joining us, love. You guys would have to know the starting point in the body, the damage that's been done to the body with the starvation and the physical abuse, what damage has been done along the way, type of thing. You know what I'm saying? And so there's no comparing. This is crazy. I'm mad I can't find the pictures I'm looking for. I am upset that I can't find these doggone pictures. Oh my God. This thing. I really just want to put my foot so far up her ass that she could taste it. Like, just totally impale her. I really do. Man. Y'all gonna be like, yo, Sean be crazy. I'm not, y'all. I'm not crazy. But I'm crazy about babies. That I am. That I am. Look, y'all. Hold on. Look at this baby. Look at what happened. Good morning, Miss Walker. Let me read some of y'all comments while y'all look at the transformation from that happy fat face baby. Tina said, you never know what's going on behind closed doors with the house tucked away so far away. You just never know. CW said, I instantly started sweating looking at this house. Now my doggone glasses are fogged. I know. Thank you, Tracy, for catching that replay. Thank you. CW, you speaking to Boo Boo? Lady said, and it's so many others out there. Absolutely. Good morning, Miss Walker. She said, good morning, Miss Sean B. Mods in chat. Look at him, y'all. This is the worst. That baby went from this to this to this. Yes, it's got to stop. Yes, it does. How do you say you can't control a 7-year-old? How does an adult look at a child and dehumanize them that way? How do you do that? What's wrong with you? And what the fuck was raising you that made you not know that the fuck something was wrong with you? Oh, I'm sorry, Sharon. You might want to go out and come back in, love. I don't understand, y'all. I am very sad. I'm looking for this last picture, guys. Bear with me. Oh yeah, mind y'all, they took the lawn chair outside and they burned it, thinking that they were hiding evidence. That's what he thought. The father thought he was hiding evidence by burning the lawn chair that they had his body strapped to when he was unalived. It's crazy. She also spoke of a past occasion where she'd watch Michael punch Adrian in the face so hard it apparently had caused such a bad wound that it needed to be closed with stitches. This baby was 7 years old. Truly a monster. Mm, mm. Miss Walker, this was 7-year old Adrian Jones, and he was he went from there to this, where those two monsters systematically abused him, and ultimately when he died they fed him to a stable of pigs. So they beat him because he used the bathroom on himself. That was just one of the reasons. That was just one of the times, I should say. Yes, just one of the times. Hmm. Just one of the times. He was now okay, I can't find the picture, guys. They I should have took the picture when I did the research, but uh Ms. Walker, to answer your question, they would zip him up in a suitcase if he used the bathroom on himself. Oh, girl, yeah, yeah, that was an easy one right there. Adrian, big strong self. Oh man, he could tolerate being zipped up in the suitcase. That meant he didn't have to worry about getting beaten by his 6'2", 240-pound, ugly, dog face looking father, right? Or choked out by the mama. This predator, pale face, dog looking bitch. I've seen Doberman pictures that look better than her. I live in a community where we got all different kinds of dogs around here. And I've seen some Labradoodles look better than this bitch. I've seen German Shepherds, white ones, that look better than this hoe. Okay? Dead ass. This Frenchy looking motherfucker right here. Okay? Y'all know them little, I hate those dogs are the ugliest dogs to me. I don't think they're pretty dogs at all. No, the parents are not, Linda. He's doing life in prison and she's doing 25 years. And this happened, they were sentenced in 2015. And they got to do day for day. So there's no parole. She got to do 25 years. She won't be doing no 18 and then getting out on parole. No. If you don't want your children, give them to somebody that will stop keeping your kids at, oh, okay, I see. That will stop keeping your kids as a check. These are human beings. Absolutely. See, Miss Walker, this chick right here, she already had um cases with DCFS in Kansas City and in Missouri. In Kansas and in Missouri. So when little Adrian came to live with them two, she was already pegged an abuser. Exactly, Lady Mysterious. She said she shouldn't be getting out at all because she had done this before. Exactly. They were both complicit. See, I don't like this thing where three people can go to rob a bank. They all got weapons, but because one of them discharged their weapon and pew pew somebody, he gets a worse sentence than his two cohorts. Why? They all three went up in there to do the same damn thing. They all three had weapons. They're all three committing the same damn crime. What happened to this baby boy? These two monsters did hand in hand. Why only one of them get life in prison? Damn it, I say, why they living long enough to serve it? The fuck? So y'all, it's the day before our babies get out for spring break. I got some stuff to do around the house. Got to check on my grandbaby. He had a dentist appointment today, so I need to check on him, make sure everything is okay. And y'all prayers tonight. Pray for little Andrian, okay? This was what Andrian looked like. Look at his lips. Look at his eyes. His skin tone. Look at the bones protruding in his chest. Look at that. How emaciated that baby must have been. Y'all touch yourselves right there at the collar of your shirt. Do that for me right now. Touch that. Touch that. Do y'all feel all of that protrusion that you see? Of course, if we press down, we can feel where our skeletal is, right? We can feel those bones if we press down. But we're simply looking at a picture. Look at him. There's no sunshine. There's no rambunctious. There's no joy in this baby, in his eyes, in his skin. Look at him. Even in this picture, he still had fat cheeks and his skin was still living. And right here was where it started to dwell. It just dwindled. But his lips are still pink. His face is still chunky. There's still hope here. There's still hope. Look at here. Really?
Late night on the screen, got the city lights low. Sean B bringing truth to the stories below. From New York with grace and a mind so wise, she can see through the dark, she can read through the lines. Every clue, every name, every twist, every turn, she be digging down deep till the realness burns. For the ones left behind, for the pain unseen, she be lifting those voices in between the scenes. So like, share, subscribe, let the real ones roll. Sean B on the case, going straight for the soul. On YouTube she shines, bringing truth to the few. When the world stays quiet, she comes breaking through. Like, share, subscribe, let the story breathe. Sean B got the light that the people need. Ooh, Sean B, true crime, baby. Tune in and watch the truth speak.